Hey everybody, and welcome to another Miniso Spongebob review here on my channel, and today we're going to be taking a look at the set called the Mini Patty Wagon. This set comes with 125 pieces and is recommended for ages 6 and up. And we're going to kick off this review by taking a look at the figures that are included, starting with SpongeBob SquarePants. And this is the same figure that I reviewed in the Mini Pineapple House yesterday. However, the printed detail on this figure I find to be in much worse condition. If you take a look at the white part of SpongeBob's shirt, you can see that there are some scratches and chips in the white printing. And I do find this to be disappointing, of course, because I do feel like this could be a relatively solid figure. As you can see, the overall shape and design of SpongeBob is relatively strong and accurate to the character's core design. And I personally would have liked to have seen the belt of SpongeBob be printed all the way around the figure. As you can see, as we spin the figure around to the back, there is no printing to be seen. But you can see that the white printing on the back of the figure is pretty scratched up as well. Overall, while I do like this figure's look and design, I'm not overly impressed with the quality that is presented here. SpongeBob does come with a second pair of eyes that you can put onto the character to make it look like he's laughing. And while I do think that this is a really cool inclusion, I do find the eyes to be really hard to remove. And if you watched my review of the Mini Pineapple House, they actually broke while I was trying to change them. The other figure that's in this set is Patrick Star, who I actually think is a relatively solid looking figure. Patrick does come with a really cool facial expression that is goofy, which is accurate to the character's depiction in the TV series. You can also see that Patrick has some printed detail for his belly button and the printing on his shorts. And unlike the SpongeBob figure, the printed quality here on Patrick is in much better condition. And I will say that the SpongeBob figure that I got on the Mini Pineapple House was also in relatively good condition, so hopefully the condition of the SpongeBob we just took a look at is an abnormality when it comes to these Miniso sets. But as we make our way around to the back of Patrick here, you can see that his overall shape and design is relatively good. Patrick does come with a second facial expression that is on a completely different headpiece. And I personally like this design choice more instead of replacing the eyes like on SpongeBob, as it is much easier to swap the faces of the character. With the minifigures out of the way, we're ready to talk about the Mini Patty Wagon. And while I do like the idea of this set in theory, I feel like the design of the Patty Wagon is a little lackluster and ugly in my personal opinion. There is no printed detail on the Patty Wagon, so the detail that you see here are stickers. But I do like the inclusion of having a to go on the license plate on the front of the vehicle. Taking a look at the wagon from the side, again you can see that it's relatively ugly and there's this really awkward piece sticking out of the back. But we'll be talking about what that piece does later, and you can also see that there's some sticker detail found at the top of the wagon as well. There's also this really simple brick-built flag that also has a sticker for detail. Here's another look at the Patty Wagon, and if I'm being completely honest, if I didn't have any context to what this vehicle would be, I don't think I'd really guess that it's supposed to be a Krabby Patty. Here's a look at the Patty Wagon with Patrick inside, and I will say that he does seem to fit in relatively well for what you'd expect from a set like this. There is also a couple of accessories included with this set. These include 4 pieces with stickers that have various sea creatures, as well as a purple skateboard which also has some sticker detail. On the back of the box, it shows off a play feature where you take that long piece found throughout the middle of the wagon and push SpongeBob while on his skateboard into these 4 pieces, which I do feel like is a relatively good idea in theory, but as you can see when I try it here, it's a little lackluster. The SpongeBob figure is very heavy, so this time I try to launch him with a little bit more force, which did seem to work relatively well, but you can see that the back of the wagon came off during the process, so I'm not entirely impressed with this play feature. The best part about this set is Miniso expects you to pay a whopping $20 for it. And if you haven't been able to tell from my review, I am not going to recommend picking this set up for $20. However, I will say that when I bought this set, Miniso had a sale where you could get 2 SpongeBob sets for $20. So technically, I paid $10 for it, but even at that price, I don't think I can recommend it. Thank you so much for watching my review, and be sure to like the video and subscribe to my channel for more brick built reviews in the future.